Good morning to all present here. I'm Ramya Devi, working as Assistant Professor in SNS College of Technology. Today I'm going to share a small article regarding Hadoop. So before going to the topic, we'll see what is a Hadoop. Hadoop is an open source software framework that is used for storing and processing large amounts of data in a distributed computing environment. So it is designed to handle big data and is based on the MapReduce programming model, so which allows for the parallel processing of large data sets. So its framework is mainly designed on Java programming with some native code in C and shell scripts. So Hadoop is designed to process large volumes of data like big data across many machines without relying on a single machine. So it is built to be scalable, fault tolerant, and cost effective. Instead of relying on expensive high-end hardware, Hadoop works by connecting many inexpensive computers called nodes as a cluster. So now we'll see what is an Hadoop architecture and how it is divided. So Hadoop his architecture has been divided into four things. So one is Hadoop Common, which has the common files, and Hadoop distributed file system, MapReduce, and Yarn. So now we'll come to know what is Hadoop distributed file system. So Hadoop distributed file system, which is shortly known as HDFS, breaks big files into blocks and spreads them across a cluster of machines. This ensures data is replicated, fault tolerant, and easily accessible even if some machines fail. Next comes the MapReduce. So MapReduce is a computing engine that processes data in a distributed manner. It splits large tasks into smaller chunks map and then merges the result like reduce, allowing Hadoop to quickly process massive data sets. So apart from the above mentioned, there are two more components like Hadoop framework, which also includes Hadoop Common and Yarn. So Hadoop Common, which are Java libraries and utilities required by other Hadoop modules, and Hadoop Yarn, which is a framework for job scheduling and cluster resource management. So here, the Hadoop, which is MapReduce called as distributed computation, and HDFS, which is on distributed storage, and also it has an Yarn framework and the common utilities, which holds the Java libraries and other utilities required by the Hadoop modules to to start your Hadoop framework. So now we'll see in detail about the Hadoop distributed file system. So HDFS is the storage layer of Hadoop. It breaks large files into smaller blocks, usually like 128 MB or 256 MB, and stores them across multiple data nodes. So each block is replicated, like usually it can be replicated up to 3 times to ensure any fault tolerance or any failure happens to the system, so that the one more copy which is in another data node can be retrieved and used by the user. So even if a node fails, the data remains unavailable. So these are the key advantages or features of Hadoop. So Hadoop is basically like HDFS is basically scalable, reliable, and high throughput. Scalable, easily add more nodes as data grows. And if it is reliable, data is replicated to avoid data loss and has high throughput, which is designed for fast data access and transfer. So when it comes to the MapReduce concept, MapReduce is the computation in the computation layer in Hadoop. It works in two main phases. One is the map phase, the other one is the reduce phase. So the map phase input data is divided into chunks and processed in parallel. Each mapper processes a chunk and produces key value pairs. In reduce phase, these key value pairs are then grouped and combined to generate final results. So this model is simple, but it is very powerful, which enables massive parallelism and efficiency. So how does the Hadoop actually work? First, the data is loaded into HDFS, like your Hadoop distributed file system, where it's split into blocks and distributed across data nodes. And then MapReduce jobs are submitted to the resource manager, and the job is divided into map tasks, and each working on a block of data. So map tasks produce intermediate results, which are shuffled and sorted. So reduce tasks aggregate results and generate final output. So the results are stored back in HDFS or passed to other applications. So actually, the distributed architecture that the Hadoop can process petabytes of data efficiently. So the main advantages are scalable, cost effective, fault tolerant, and it is highly available and it's very flexible so that it can handle structured and semi-structured data and also unstructured data. So it is mainly used in and used as an open source and community. Thank you.